the Hook Better Leads podcast.
Yeah, I'm talking about Mountain Dew, baby.
We are helping small businesses be more profitable and effective by hooking better leads.
Eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
Today we have Roger Wakefield on. Welcome, Roger.
Good to be here, Tim.
Today we are talking about YouTube for contractors, and we're going to do a little thumbnail masterclass with Roger Wakefield. And Roger Wakefield, if you guys don't know, for our audience, is a pretty big plumbing YouTuber, probably the biggest plumbing YouTuber out there. Is that true, Roger?
And yeah, you can literally, anybody in the world can go to YouTube, search plumbing, and normally I come up number one.
That's amazing. And not only that, Roger has gone from like 50K subscribers to 220 plus K subscribers in the past 6 months. Is that true too?
Yeah, probably the last 4 months.
It's nuts. It's nuts. So we're going to get to the bottom of that story. We're also going to get really into YouTube thumbnails because Roger says that's one of the most important things for getting higher on YouTube and getting more watches and being useful to more people. So we talk about video a lot as a tool to get in front of people on the sales side and to create expectations for in the meantime, because we don't all go viral, right? But it familiarizes you with people. And so when it's time to work with somebody like you, they remember you because you were the guy that was on video. You're the one that they know. So it's not always about going viral, but it can help with sales and expectations in the process too. In some cases, it can lead to virality and authority in this way. And you've achieved that status, Roger. How does it feel?
It feels fantastic. When I first started this out, I literally wanted to create videos to help me get in front of my customers, to help me teach them about things that they could do themselves. And we never made videos to sell. So we were literally making videos to teach people how to grow or how to fix their own plumbing. And it's things that they could do, how to change a flapper, how to stop a toilet from running, little things that, like you said, if they listen to you over and over, that they hear you tell your story, they hear you teach them, you can become their trusted advisor. And that's really helped us grow. It's really been good for us.
I love it. And so I want to see if we could just get you to tell a brief story of those first couple of videos that you uploaded. YouTube, Facebook, where'd you upload them and what were they? Do you remember? And what were you thinking about when you uploaded those first videos?
Literally some of our first videos, and I tell people all the time, you don't have to buy a whole bunch of new equipment to start. We literally sat down right in front of our computer. I think I even had just a laptop using the webcam, and I would sit down and make a video about things that I thought our customers should know. And they weren't well thought out. They weren't edited. We didn't do professional thumbnails. We just sat down, made a video and shared it and posted it. But it was getting that experience. I had walked into a social media marketing conference. I was the only trade person there. And as soon as I figured that out, I thought, wow, the tradespeople are missing out on a whole lot of things here, because this is where marketing companies were coming to learn how to do social media. Since then, I've probably spent I think me and Julie figured it up the other day, about $47,000 on coaches and courses and consultants and more coaches and more consultants and new websites and just anything and everything to make us grow, and it wasn't working. And I said websites came out of a completely different bucket of money, but I wanted to do social media and I wanted to learn how to become that trusted advisor. And it's through good communication. It's not sales. It's not, hey, if you need me, we're running a special today. How many times do you pull out your credit card and go get on social media? Most people don't go to social media to buy. And the thing is, we all love to buy. We just hate being sold to. So I realized that if I can be that trusted advisor, if I can be that advisory plumber type person, it can give them great information. When they want to buy, they'll call me, they'll find me. Even if I haven't given them my information, they know who I am. They can find a way to find me. And it's worked out great for me, Tim.
I love that. I love that. So, a lot of people out there are probably thinking to themselves, oh my God, how would I get to 220,000 subscribers? I know you're probably sick of telling this story a little bit, but if you don't mind saying specific things that kind of tipped that scale and made the snowball roll down the hill a little bit on this getting to 220 this last 4 months.
And you know, Julie and I had this conversation on the way in today. There's not one specific thing. It takes doing a million little things right. And luckily, we're very consistent at it. We're very good at it. When I first learned about social media, I literally went to a conference thinking that I would learn how to make Facebook posts better, how to get more likes. And that's what I thought it would be. And I ended up walking into a room about YouTube where the placard outside said, get in front of your customers using video. One of the first things the guy said is YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. I shut my notebook. I went to turn around, get up and got out because I thought this guy has no idea what he's talking about. YouTube is just where I store my videos. And I turned around, the room is packed. People are standing along the walls. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to leave because I'm a front row guy. I sit on the front row. I want no distractions. I want to focus and learn. And it's amazing how much smarter that guy got in the next 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I had filled up 3 pages of notes and I knew what I wanted to do. After the other 2 days at the event, so I spent 3 days there, I had to leave early. I left with pages of notes. I had to leave early because I had a radio show Saturday morning. On the plane on the way home, I've got the fold down tray and me in the seat next to me open. I'm going through notes. I did the radio show Saturday morning. I literally finished it, came back, kept going through my notes. Sunday morning, Julie and I went to church, took her back home, came into the office. And the things that I do that I think make a difference. And I started in the beginning and I've got 1% better, or try to get 1% better every video we make. But it's always about bringing great content and great value. If people are going to spend 15 minutes watching my video, if they're giving me 15 minutes of their life, I want to give them good value for that. I don't want to spend that time trying to sell to them. I want to give them value. So that's huge. But the big things that we do are our thumbnails. We focus on those. We focus on thumbnails, on titles, on description. But like I said in the beginning, you don't have to start with great equipment. Start with what you have. And then when you get better, you start making money. You're starting to get engagement. You're starting to get business off of it. Now you've got alternative income coming in that you can invest in getting better. And that's really a big way to do it.
How long did you do this before you started to see the snowball roll down the hill on the virality that's kind of built up now? Like, I know that it's usually for a lot of people, there's discipline in the meantime where you don't see these giant results. How long were you doing that for?
Well, you don't see the results. I left in March of 2018 to come home. By December, I had 350 subscribers, which isn't very many. End of the next year, I think I had 2,000 subscribers. We thought, I guess I did. I hit 2,000, and that's not true. We hit 361 the end of 18, the end of 19. We hit 25,000. We had wanted to grow to 10,000. We thought if we can go from 350, and actually I think the number is 361. If we can go from 361 subscribers to 10,000, we've got it made. And we ended up going to 25,000. So our goal this year was to go to 100,000. We blew past that in August.
That's great.
And we're probably going to hit somewhere between 225 and 250 by the end of the year.
What are, Roger, if you don't mind me asking, what are a few things contractors should be focused on as far as habits if they want to get better at YouTube? And we're talking to specifically contractors here. So anything that you can share that's like a habit that they should put in place.
Number one, don't forget your business. I own a plumbing company and I'm involved with it every day, but I understand what we're doing on social media is phenomenal. So you still have to find that learning how to build a schedule and say, look, I've got to work at the plumbing company this long. I've got to work on social media this long, but always look at areas that you can grow in too. I don't want to be just a good YouTuber and have a horrible plumbing company.
Mm.
So I want to convey my message to my guys. Look, this is what I'm talking about on social media. I want to make sure we are doing things the right way. We are taking care of every single customer we have above and beyond what any other plumbing company would do.
Mm.
And as long as we're looking at it like that, I think that we're doing things right.
Yeah, that's good. So scheduling the time, I love that. What are 3 things you'd suggest for making effective thumbnails? So like you've seen things work. So what is working on those thumbnails that you've seen get more views?
Number one, the Google AI can look at your thumbnail and pretty much tell what your video is about or tell what it should be about. If there's human on there, you want to make sure that their facial expression is displaying an energy, an attitude. Is it supposed to be a happy video, a funny video? Whatever facial expression you have, Google can tell.
Hmm.
And it uses that as part of their algorithm.
So use a
But,
face and a smiling face or a mad face or something to convey the emotion.
I call it R&D. Most people think that that's research and development. It's rip off and duplicate. Go in and look at the videos and the thumbnails and the things that we do. It's like, man, you know what? Roger made a good video here, but I'm a roofer. We're not going to teach people how to stop a running toilet, but maybe we teach them how to fix a hole in their house.
Yeah.
Fix a hole in their roof. And, look at my thumbnail and say, okay, Roger's showing a toilet. I'm going to show a roof with a limb through it.
Mm-hmm.
Roger's making this face. I'm going to make this face.
Mm-hmm.
And even so much as how big are your eyes? How big is your face on the thumbnail?
Mm.
There's so many different things that we play with and tweak and modify. And I'll tell you that is you want to get to where you're building things really, really well.
Yeah.
But then don't be afraid to do something different. There are days that we don't stick to rules at all. We just, hey, let's create a crazy thumbnail.
I love
Sometimes that works.
Have fun. And what I see also is like you're really highlighting words. You're making sure that there's not a ton of a ton of words on the thumbnail, but you're making sure they're big. They've got a highlight color. You've got bright colors. You've got bright green. You've got bright red. You're grabbing people's attention. You're not afraid to be what I'd say gaudy, like intense with these thumbnails, because people only have so much attention, and you're grabbing their attention with color and with crazy like looks and stuff like that. And you're also what I know from just like viewing YouTube culture in general too, is like you're doing some stunts. You're occasionally doing stunts. We do like with our roofers, we'll do slow-mo, like things hitting roofs. You're doing like Orbeez and toilets and stuff like that. Doing stunts is a great way to catch people's attention that wouldn't maybe even normally be interested in a plumbing video. But now, hey, I got to see what a bunch of Orbeez in a toilet looks like. That's going to be funny, or that's going to be interesting. So I like that you're also kind of like breaking out of like the normal plumbing stuff, and you're going into like stunts a little bit too.
The good thing is, Tim, whenever we first started our channel, we literally thought we were making videos that homeowners can watch and learn to fix their plumbing. People need to learn to use the analytics, learn to read the analytics, learn to look at their numbers, just like in their business. What are your KPIs? What numbers are you trying to hit? What you're doing on social media, is it hitting those numbers? Is it giving you the growth, the mindset, the reach that you're trying to do? When we first built our channel, it was for our customers to help them find our plumbing company. Later, we realized we've got plumbers, electricians, roofers, HVAC techs, landscapers, window cleaners, painters, all across the country watching our videos and commenting, hey, I'm a roofer, but I love the way you talk about, if you started a company, you would do these 3 things first.
Mm-hmm.
It's phenomenal. I speak to mainly plumbers, but I walk in this last week, and I'm talking to roofers about grow your network,
Mm-hmm.
relate socially, own video. There's so many things that I talk about that any trade can do. And, residential service providers tell me all the time, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
You don't have time to grow your business 8 times just by spending a couple of hours a day working on social media.
Mm-hmm.
It blows my mind.
Any last tips here for creating better, more watchable videos on YouTube in general?
Always think about the person that's on the other end of the camera, who's watching the video, because you're making that video for one person. And every video you make, you need to think about, who is my audience? And when I first started making my videos, it was a single homeowner. She was female. She was a professional. She made good money. She was 40 years old. She had kids in the house. She wanted things fixed right. She didn't want it to take forever. She didn't want to have to worry about it. And I knew that when I looked at that video and I'm talking about repairing a toilet, do you have a running toilet that you can't get to stop? Well, I'm going to show you these things that will help you fix this problem right now, today, and you won't even need to call a plumber. And you make that and you literally teach them how to do it. Give them value, because they're going to get back there and look at it and gonna say, you know what, I can't do that, but I know that Roger knows how. I'm going to call him. And it happens every day.
That's awesome, Roger. Hey, I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. And I think, you're talking about talking to one person. We don't have as big of an audience as you, but you're taking the time out of your day to have a conversation with us. And I can tell you're trying to give as much value as you would with a smaller audience as you do with your large audience. And that means a lot. And I do think that the best of the best do that. So thank you, Roger, for taking the time to do that today.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it. It's been great.